Or to say, hey guys, it's Klaus. Let's do some map tactics on Arctic region. So this is Mannerheim Line, better known as Arctic region. And usually the fighting on this map takes place in two main areas, the southeast and the northwest. Let's talk about the southeast first, especially in high-tier games. This is true in high-tier games. Before you decide how to fight in this southeast area, check the enemy lineup and see how many SPGs they have. If they have no SPGs, then you can push and fight here however the hell you want. You spawn from the north, you can come down here, you can hug the cliff, you can go down. Go anywhere you want to win this corner. Same with if you spawn from the southwest. You can go anywhere you want to win this corner. But if the enemy team has 3 SPGs, especially say in tier 10, and you spawn in the north, you start driving down, and if you stick to this higher area up here where in these areas, you have cover from this big mountain, from the SPGs that will probably be sitting here or here, and if they try and shoot at you, there's a mountain in the way, you're in cover. The minute you push around and you want to be aggressive and you want to fight here and you move into these areas or down in here, then you're going to get shit on from above like you wouldn't believe. And the team that pushes the hardest, most aggressive here, when there's SPGs in the game, gets fucked. The same from the southwest. If you spawn on this side and you move to the southeast corner, if you hold back and you're in this area, you're protected by this mountain from SPGs that sit up here. The minute you get aggressive and you push around the corner, you push down here and try and come up, and you want to fight aggressively because you're in an E100, you've got some armor. Well, there's 3 tier 10 SPGs here. As soon as you come around the corner, boom, you're shit on, and you're gonna rage quit because you're gonna get 2-shot by 2 tier 10 artillery. So this corner here is for the big boys, for the heavy tanks, hugging along this cliff here, or moving down into these low areas and using gun depression on these little openings here. If there's SPGs in the game, win this corner fast or you're gonna get shit on. Keep that in mind. Okay, now the northwest. The northwest is more dynamic, and this area here is very important to control the middle of the map. Now, how is that, Klaus? How do you say that? Well, let's say you spawn in the southwest and you move up here and you're able, for whatever reason, maybe the other team is just a bunch of pussies that camps, or maybe you win and you push all the way around here, you take control of this area, and you move all the way up here, you take control of this area, maybe even into here. If you've got control of this upper area, you can see the whole center of the map. Any enemies that try and scoot across and do anything in the middle from these northern areas, you got them pinned down. Now, if you spawn over here and you move up and you're a pussy and you say, oh, I'm just going to stop here because I'm scared. Oh, I'm so scared. Or you come over here and you get behind this rock and, oh, I'm just going to wait here for them. They're going to get here eventually. Well, then this team will move and take control of this area and all of this northern area, and they have control of the center of the map. So the team that controls, this is the contested area, right? The team that controls this northern area has control of the whole open map here. This fight in the southeast is on its own and can be fucked by SPGs, but this part is much more dynamic. You control the whole map and you can scoot around these mountains here and flank and move around. But if you're a pussy, if you go north and you're a pussy, you're going to lose the game, right? If you have 3 or 4 guys go north and they're pussies and they just stop here and wait for the enemies, you're going to lose because they'll control the north. Same from the south. If you stop here and you're a pussy and you let the other enemies control the north, you're going to lose. So if you go north, at least make a fight of it. At least move up here. Usually if you start from the southwest and you get to this corner, if the other team isn't just a bunch of pussies, you'll start seeing enemies here, and at least you can start fighting. But if you don't see any, move up. Take as much of the northern area as you can at the beginning, and you will win the game a lot more easily. Okay, so that's the second spot. The third spot is, well, all this open middle ground, which if you're a noob and you go there, you're going to die like a pig right away. And if you're a very skilled player and you know how to play the center, then you don't have to listen to this video. But there's some aggressive places. If you start from the south or from the northeast here, you can scoot into bushes here to spot. You can scoot all the way down. There's some terrain here that you can hide behind and poke to light everybody. Right? You get behind here and you've lit everyone down here, and you have to play like a boss to not get hit. Or you can scoot all the way into low ground here or here, all the way, and proxy spot everyone because this is low ground. And if they want to kill you, they have to come all the way into the low to kill you. Same as if you spawn in the southwest here, you can scoot all the way into the middle here. There's some bushes along here where you can spot. Or you can go into the low ground all the way here and then poke up and spot the guys in the north. So there's aggressive play in the center. But like Claus said, if you're a noob, forget about it. The center is a really good area to move around later in the game when there's not as many enemies. Now there's two spots on this map that are a little bit, some people call them camping spots, but Claus realizes these are excellent support areas. It just depends how you play when you go there, and that's this spot here. Okay, you spawn here and you just scoot onto this little high ground. Now you can shoot everybody from here. And from the southwest, you get into this little high ground. And you can shoot everybody from here. Now, sometimes players complain if they see a player sitting here or here. They call them a useless camper. But these are excellent support sniping spots. And let's discuss this one first. It's such a good spot that Claus will give you some special little tricks here. If you go to this spot, you have to be particularly observant of what happens here. Or if you're fighting here and you notice that you got two big TDs here, you can change the way you fight. So if you're sitting in this spot, you have excellent shots at enemies that are right here. So if you see two big TDs here and you're able to push the enemy back so they retreat past this cover into this area, then these guys are going to own them, okay? And vice versa, if you're the guy sitting here and you notice that your team is losing here, the enemy is pushing up, and your guys are having to retreat, then if you keep sitting there, then you're a useless wanker, right? Because you have no shots through this mountain. Then maybe you want to get your ass off there and go and help. So if you go to this spot, you have to be observant of how the fight is developing. So if your team pushes the enemies back into these openings, boom, now you can support. If they don't, move. Or you can also have excellent shots in here. So if your team pushes the north and pushes the enemy into these open areas here, boom, you can get a lot of damage from this spot. But if your team is losing and retreats here, then you're a useless wanker if you sit there. Now the same goes for the other sniping spot on this side of the map, right? You can go here and have some awesome games. But this side is really good for sniping the north. Okay? So if your team pushes the enemy back on this north side, then if you're sitting here in a TD, you're going to just laugh your way to the bank at big XP games because you're going to be sniping all of them. But if your team is losing the north and gets pushed back, right, so the enemies have pushed all the way around and they're fighting your team here, then you're a useless wanker just sitting there. Then you got to get your ass off there and go and help. Okay, and one last thing is if you're losing either the north or the southeast flank and you were one of the guys sitting here or you were one of the pussies, there is terrain behind the bases here and cover that you can use to stay hull down to make one last ditch effort to defend. There's no point driving into the middle to fight the enemies if you're losing. There's places here where you can stay hull down at the end of the game. Same with this area. If you're one of the guys that was sitting here or one of the guys that was holding back, you can pull back and there's areas here with cover, and even behind the base there's terrain. You can't see it on this display, but there's terrain that you can get hull down to make one last ditch effort to defend your base. Anyway, that's enough. Claus thinks he's covered pretty much everything, and we'll show you a game. Claus is going to spawn in the northeast and is going to be playing the Centurion 7-1. Hate that tank. And it's going to be one of the useless wanking pussies that sits here at the beginning of the game. And you leave a comment and let me know if I played this spot effectively or was just a useless camping wanker. Let's watch. Okay, so here we go. Claus is in the Centurion 7-1, Tier 9. This is a Tier 10 game. And Claus is going to go to the camping spot, the support sniping spot. And look at the minimap. Claus will refer to the minimap. It looks like our leopard is going down. It looks like the bulk of the team is heading to the southeast here. Watch the minimap. The 1390 is going to the northwest. Hopefully he gets up there to spot. It's just one of him. It looks like the majority of the players you see are heading to the south. And Claus is in this spot here. And looking around, it looks like the AMX will probably spot first. Now look, Claus can shoot all the way across the map here. Someone blind shot it because they know this is a good spot. And Claus is hit but not spotted. Now look at the Bat Chat. The Bat Chat's moving to the center here. So he's going to spot. And Claus is ready. There's the Grille. Boom. 400 damage back up. Not sure if we're spotted here. And we are not spotted. There's a 400 damage on the Grille. Now look at our team. Aggressively moving in the southeast. Not too many players in the north. So the enemies will probably be pushed back into open areas there and should have some shots here. Bounced. Bounced. Now if our team moves aggressively and pushes those enemies back so that they're in the open there, this support spot has tons of side shots. So let's see what our team does. And Claus is going to see how things go, and if they're not going well, we'll leave this spot. But you see our team down here? We have a huge force here. If they push these guys back, Claus will get shots. Now these guys have stopped there because they don't have as many players. And most of the enemies are there. There's a Grille there, and not too many enemies in the north. So let's see what happens. You know, Claus is also trying to do a mission here. Has to destroy 2 enemy TDs that are 1 tier higher than yourself. So see if we get that done too. Now you see these guys are backing up. They're backing up. And Claus is spotted because that Grille or maybe the enemy teams have a spotter somewhere in the middle that we can't see. Now these guys are pushing these guys back so they're in the open. And Claus should have some shots on their sides here. But it looks like every time we shoot we're going to get spotted. Now we're not spotted. Aim and miss. Are we spotted? Are we spotted? No, we're not spotted. So someone spotted Claus the first time. But you see these enemies now that as they retreat, oh, would have had that guy. As they retreat, Claus can support fire here. Look at the minimap. Look at the Oho has moved all the way up there. And the enemies are sitting like pussies back here. They don't realize that we don't have that many tanks up north. So we control the north as well. The AMX could flank there, but Claus just got another 400 damage. Looks like our team is winning this side to the southeast. If this guy pulls back, Claus will get one more shot in him. There's another 400 damage. Now, and there's that TD over there. Can get a shot on the Grille. No, he's pulled back. So our team has won the southeast. So even though most of our team is in the southeast and the enemies see those red dots, they've not pushed the north. So we control the north. The Oho, like a boss, won the north. So Claus can scoot through the middle because it's safe. We control the north. That's enough support fire. And Claus probably did about, I don't know, about 1,500 damage there. Didn't do much. Could do a lot more in some games. But now it's time to move. If Claus just sits at that spot, it's a waste of time now because the enemies are all behind cover. So now we have to move up. The support fire time is done. And now look, there's 2 TDs there. Our guys are pinned down now because they're open. So Claus has to move in and light up these TDs. You see that? They've just killed one of our guys. The guys in the southeast here, they're going to get owned by these TDs unless someone moves in close now and proxy spots them and gets them on their heels. So now Claus has moved. Is not going to sit like a wanker in that sniping spot. Now it's Claus's job to move up and get ahead of the team. And it's no more time. Time for support fire is over. Time to be aggressive has started. So now Claus will move up here saying SOS just to let them know that we will be spotting here. And now hello TDs. Hello Grille. Oh, you're pointed the wrong way. Have 300 damage. Now Claus should have loaded HE here. Bonehead move. Did not load HE. A little bit scared here because there's 2 grilets, but hey, maybe we can get this mission done. Can Claus own 2 grilets? Tracked you, and give you a little ram. Oh, you're reloading? Sucks to be you. Oh, here comes another one. 2 versus 1. That's not fair. You guys need to go back and get another grillet. What the hell? Just missed the shot? Okay, you 2 pussies. You 2 campy pussies. Boom! Ram you and get you. Come on. Yeah, boom! Enemy armor destroyed, mission accomplished. Ha! So there's a time for camping. Look at these 2 pussies. Screw you! Freaking TDs. Anyway, there's a time for camping and supporting, and there's a time for moving up. So hopefully Claus did a little bit of both in that video. And now we move up. There's the SPGs. Let's take a shot on you. Boom. Enemy armor destroyed. And we're spotted, of course. There's probably another couple of scumbags here. And even though there were 3 scumbags, our team moved aggressively in numbers in the southeast, and we owned them. The enemy team did not push the north. They saw all our tanks, all the red dots in the southeast, but they were just a collection of pussies that didn't realize that and pushed the north because they were just scared to have their pixel tank damaged. And now this is the game. This is what, oh, almost hit the teammate there. So look at this, Pascucci's medal for killing 3 SPGs and Kamikaze for ramming that tier 10 grillet. Team score, well, surprise, Claus is on top. 4,000 damage, quite a few medals there. And, you know, played half the game as the support tank and half the game aggressively. Look at this, 4,000 damage, 2,000 of it was from a distance more than 300. And the rest was from brawling those TDs and killing the SPG. So thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoy these map tactic videos. Takes a little bit of time to make these. Claus likes to keep them brief. This one was a little long, sorry about that. But if you have a map you want Claus to discuss, leave it in the comments or let Claus know what you think. And yeah, okay. Tired out on this one. Time to have a cup of coffee and get on with my busy day.